Here we go. Here we go. We are hooked up.
Today, we're going fishing with a TV shark, Daymond John.
It's the beautiful thing about fishing. You know, I could stare at that rock forever. It'd be better if I caught a fish. We started to see that there was a way to make money off this culture.
Right.
And I didn't know how to rap, sing, and dance, but I would start selling clothes that I would buy from the store to the rappers.
There he is, Tom. Oh, you hooked up?
Yeah. You going? So one day I was selling 10 shirts, and then I turned around, and the next day I was selling 10 million.
Nice, nice, nice.
That's just the beginning.
Mwah.
There we go.
Baby.
It's nice.
That's all right.
I'm Tom Colicchio, and I'm in the food business. From restaurants to reality TV. My true passion is fishing. No matter the size of the catch, I always love a good fight. And on my show, we've always got something or someone on the hook. This is Hooked Up. So today we're launching out of Montauk, Long Island. Plenty of sharks in these waters around here. But today, we're going fishing with the TV shark, Daymond John. Daymond's really passionate about fishing, so we're going to head over to Block Island.
All right, what's up,
Hey,
Tom?
Daymond, how you doing?
How you doing?
Good, how's it going?
All right, you ready to catch some fish?
Jump on board. Let's get out of here. Is it Brendan?
Hello, man. All right. Thanks for having me. I'm ready to catch some fish, man.
It's a 13-mile run, so let's do it. Brendan McCarthy is our captain. We've fished Block Island together many, many times.
You get out right about in here, start chumming, sharks all over, makos and shit.
They don't have any whites out here, though, no?
Oh, yeah, and you'll see shallow water. Big great whites.
Wow.
Block Island's about 13 miles offshore. It's surrounded by nice deep waters. We'll be fishing for striped bass. But around Block Island, you could run into anything.
I think on the south side, we're going to be okay. We're going to be protected this way. We're just going to mess around over here for a little bit, and then we're going to head to this side of the island, back in there.
Hang on. We got, some swells coming. We're going to move down a little bit. This is all rocks right between us and the shore. They like hanging in those rocks. Makes them feel safe.
Here we go. Here we go. We are hooked up.
You hooked up?
I got a little reel malfunction here.
Oh, no way.
He's coming over this side, right?
Yeah.
Don't snap him off.
I got a real problem here.
Now you can go back to his other side.
Yeah, I got it.
Tommy, bring that back.
Hold on, Brendan. I got a real problem here.
What do you got? What do you got?
The reel came off.
I think it's real.
It's still got a bunch of room.
Let's go.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's a bass, right? Hang on 1 second, Tommy. I'll get it. Not a monster, but we're gonna start slow and work our way up. Right? See ya.
Fishing or stitching? I've never eaten anything that I've stitched. I'm gonna go with fishing.
Why do you think, as a sort of young guy growing up in Queens, that you had this entrepreneurial spirit that just had to come out?
I like to always say that we're born thinking like entrepreneurs, and often, our family members and people around us try to deter us from that thought process. When you tell everybody you're going to go change the world, you're going to make a lot of money, you're going to save the planet. I think a lot of people always say, out of love, don't do that.
Right.
You might embarrass yourself.
Right.
You might embarrass us. But my parents weren't like that. My parents were individuals who were think bigger. You can do it.
So did they instill from your very young age that you could do anything, just go for it?
At a very, very young age. My dad was about 15 years old. He came over here from Trinidad by himself, and then he made enough money to bring the rest of his family over. And my mother as well. She got skipped in school twice. Very, very smart woman. And they just always had their day job, and then they always said that my homework would make me rich. So they always would work on something else.
Man, there's a lot of shoreline to fish, though. A lot of rocks like that. Yeah, Daymond, that's perfect. That looks great.
The rock right there, huh?
Yeah, that's black rock.
Cast right in there.
Oh, nice, Daymond.
Yeah, right in that rock right there.
It's right next to the rock.
Wherever it's white foam is usually the best.
See if we get some interest over here. The rock is big. Imagine at nighttime hitting that thing.
Look at that rock. That'll tear you up. Why isn't that marked?
The rockfish aren't cooperating today. Maybe we should pull up some of those lobster traps. Well, I'm practicing on my casting today for sure.
Yeah, you got it going on.
It's a heavy lure, man. It's a workout. It's a beautiful thing about fishing. You know, I could stare at that rock forever. It'd be better if I caught a fish, but...
There we go. That's a good fish. Holy
Going?
Get that fly rod, Tommy.
A couple of them chasing that thing.
All right. There's a whole bunch of them in there.
Oh, there he is, Tom. Oh, you hooked up?
Yeah.
You going?
See, we did that bait and switch. Through the big plug, the fish come up and see the commotion. Then you yank the plug, you throw the fly in there. Oh, bait and switch. A lot of times, the fly's so small, they won't see it. But you make the commotion with the plug, and they come up and investigate the plug, pull it out, and you get a little, what the hell happened to that thing that was in the water a second ago? Oh, there it is.
There it is, nice.
This fish. Small little schoolie. Not a big fish, but at this point, we'll take anything. It should be like that all day.
Queens or Manhattan? I would have to say Manhattan because that's where I make my money.
You know, parents coming over as immigrants that sort of give you that drive?
Well, mom was already born here,
Oh,
but
okay.
dad came over as an immigrant. I don't like when people think that it's just purely immigrants, because obviously our country is made off of entrepreneurship.
Well, also we're a country of immigrants, too.
Right, it's true. And sometimes we get a little bit lazy, but it was a combination of my mom and my father that both really instilled that in me.
What did they do?
Dad was actually...
Whoa, there goes a big bust right there.
Eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it, eat it. Nice.
Dad was actually a computer programmer, and I would come in the house and he would have, well...
There we go. All right.
There you
Nice.
go.
All right. See, that's all it takes. That's all it takes is a little bit.
All it takes is you, Tom, looking out for me, baby.
That's it.
You know, I don't think this is a big one, but it's one.
Hey, it's one.
It is a big one.
We need that one.
We do. You gotta keep settled. Come on, baby. There you
Right.
go.
Nice, nice, nice.
That's just the beginning.
Best fish of the day so
Yeah,
far.
that's the nicest
Yeah, it's
one
good
so
fish.
far.
That might be keeper size.
I think the smartest one of the day, too.
Yeah, give me that bad boy.
There you go.
Mwah.
There we go.
Baby.
It's nice.
Nice
All
work.
right. Hockey jerseys or tailored suits? Nothing looked better on a man than a tailored suit. I'm going with tailored suits.
The FUBU line had so much to do with the culture changing, hip-hop culture, and people wanted to express themselves.
Yeah, you know, I was fortunate enough to grow up in Hollis, Queens, and there's something in the water there maybe because everybody came from there, Run DMC, LL Cool J, you know, Salt and Pepper. And I got to witness Russell Simmons creating Def Jam. And he would let us all go on tours, and we would see the artists performing. This is back in, you know, around 84, 85. And we started to see that there was a way to make money off this culture.
Right.
Not only to live it, but to have a good time in it and make money. And I didn't know how to rap, sing, or dance, but I would start selling clothes that I would buy from the store to the rappers and to all the people on the tours. And this cultural shift became such a big part of my life that I wanted to live no matter what in this world of hip-hop.
So you find your way in there, figure, I got to find my way in. I can't write, I can't sing, but I'm going to find my way into it.
And, you know, I just had a goal, and I always try to tell people to set a goal. You're not necessarily going to know how you're going to get to that roadmap, but you can't hit a target you can't see, you know?
Now, how much of it do you think was persistent? Because obviously it took a while to get someone like, you know, LL Cool J to wear your clothing. My understanding was you had to knock on that door forever and not stop.
If you're doing something you love, you don't look at it as persistence. You look at it as you're just following your dream, doing something you love. So I really started FUBU in '89, and I closed it down 3 times up until 1992 because I ran out of money.
Right.
But it didn't matter. I wanted to dress people. I just felt amazing when I would see somebody adorn themselves in a piece of product that I made because they just felt it made them look good. It made them get the girl, get the guy. And I would do it forever, you know?
A lot of times when something fails, you close it down, it's done, you're finished with it, but you kept coming back to it. Why?
I really had just had this passion, and FUBU, the theory of for us, by us, wasn't about a color, it was about a culture, and I always wanted to basically make what I wanted to wear, so it was kind of, I was dressing myself.
Right.
So one day I was selling 10 shirts, and then I turned around, and the next day I was selling 10 million.
Right.
But that really took a 10-year span, you know?
Probably a lot of knowledge to gain, you know, between when you're starting and where you are now,
and
too.
a lot of mistakes I made, you know?
Yeah. When you're starting something and you have a passion for it, you're not thinking in terms of business, you're thinking in terms of just getting it out there.
Yeah.
And then you eventually learn it, or you bring people in who can help you, or you find your way.
You know, absolutely. And you know, and that's why the whole FUBU thing really took about 8 or 9 years until it really got popular, because I made all those mistakes. But the good thing I like to say is I made those mistakes small. I didn't make them when I was big. So by the time I got to a level where it was profitable, those mistakes, those bugs were worked out, and I kind of learned the business the hard way.
Yeah, let's go. That's got to be the spot. All right, now's the time.
Oh, there
it
it
is.
is. Come on.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Come on, fish. Get right back in there. Come on, right back in there. They follow it all the way. Follow, follow, follow. That's okay.
Well, at least we know they're here.
Yeah, now we're in the zone. Come on, fish. In the zone. Let's go.
Do ladies love Cool J? Yeah, well, you know what? All the time I'm around them, they love them.
During that time, you know, 84, 85, 86, besides Russell Simmons, who else, you know, sort of were you looking up to sort of, you know, find guidance?
That was an amazing time when there was so many things happening. There was the youngest heavyweight champion of the world. He had this guy with the chipped tooth with a really high voice.
Mike Tyson, yeah.
Yeah, there was that other guy who, they used to play basketball. They used to wear what we call poom poom shorts, but this guy with the bald head, like to stick his tongue out, he's the first one to start wearing shorts all the way down to his knees. Michael Jordan, you had Spike Lee, this little crazy looking guy out of Brooklyn. Everything was coming around. There was obviously Russell Simmons, and there was Diddy even started to make some noise. It was just a good time for the world of hip-hop.
Why do you think all that sort of, the whole creative element came out of there? I mean, obviously earlier during the jazz days, a lot of it came out of Harlem.
Yeah.
Why do you think it switched over to Queens?
Well, you know what I think? I think that when groundbreaking people like a Russell Simmons, I think he was the manager of Curtis Blow and all those guys, right? In Queens, when he started to put on all these people, we started to see that, you know, we can do other things. So some friends became bodyguards, some friends became this, became that, and everybody started to say, hey, you know, we don't want to do those bad things. We want to go to a studio and start making music and going on tours. And we realized that there were many other jobs. And I'm getting some bites here. We realized there were many jobs to be had in this industry.
Right. When you say you got LL Cool J, did he have a piece of the company as well, or?
LL had a profit share component in the company, and that's
but not
why,
equity.
Not equity, but it was even
it.
better. One of those things where even if we didn't make any money, he made money, right? And the beautiful thing about LL is he actually, I would say he was the biggest aspect of the company. You know, he went and did a Gap ad and said, for us, buy us in a Gap ad. They spent $30 million airing a FUBU commercial. And then when they found out, though, that African-American, Latinos, and Caucasians who wanted hip-hop clothing went into the Gap looking for it, they re-aired the commercial. So they were brilliant, and it changed our lives.
I always find with people when they make it, there's something that clicks and they think now they have all the answers and know it all, and they stop listening to people.
Right.
But clearly you sort of, you know, kept that sort of the people around you that you trusted and listened to them.
Yeah, you know what? I'm a family man. I'm an only child. If you look at my 3 FUBU partners, I've known them all since I was around 10 years old. And I realized that if it's not broke, don't fix it. You will have your challenges with your partners, anybody, whether it's personally in your life or business. But those are challenges that you'll overcome because somebody else is just going to be a new challenge, right? The grass is not greener. And work at it. And I've been fortunate enough to surround myself with amazing partners.
Are they still your partners?
Yeah, they're my partners, all of my partners, and in all the businesses we have, and mainly in the fashion businesses, you know, that we have. They know what they're doing. They're running the ship with me, and it's amazing.
Come on, fish. In the zone. Let's go. You got to get right here.
Come on. Ooh, look at him. See him over there?
Yeah. Reel it up, throw it in there. Reel it up fast, throw it right in there.
Yeah. There it is, nice.
Good, all right. Just gotta get one, come on.
Make that really pop. That thing was going after it.
Come on, fish. That ain't right.
No, it ain't.
I like this. Tide's starting to move a little bit. Fish are starting to be a little happier. Fish.
Street smarts or book smarts? I never had book smarts, so I think I'm stuck with the street smarts.
A lot of people who become successful, they burn through their money. It's all about flash now, and they end up losing everything.
Yes.
How did you keep your head on straight and not let that happen to you?
Well, you know, the good thing is that I ended up having a business and businesses that kick off money consistently, but I burned through 10 million quickly the first 3 or 4 years. You look at the anatomy of a bankruptcy, it's crazy. You look at $10 million, by the time you pay Uncle Sam, you got $6 million. You buy $2 million houses and then you furnish them, take a couple of trips and a couple of cars, you're done. Because you forget the taxes are going to come for $150,000 pop.
$10 million is a lot of money, and all of a sudden it's not.
It's not.
Scares the hell out of you.
It's not. So then when I saw 10 million go boom, and thank God that was, you know, I was fortunate enough where $10 million was a lot, but it wasn't the end of my world. I said, I got it now, and I learned.
You've done incredible with Shark Tank. Why did you do TV, number one? You know, when I was asked to do TV, I said no 3 or 4 times before I decided to do it. What made you think that, you know, this is something I can do? I mean, obviously, it's been successful. Why did you do it?
You know, that's a great question. I don't think I've been asked that before. I've been asked to be on TV many, many times, reality shows showing my house and my family and the things, and I didn't find that of interest. Yeah. And it came to a point where I wanted to share my knowledge with entrepreneurs of how to help them. And I started going on the shows such as Donnie Deutsch, CNBC, MSNBC, and Mark Burnett saw me on those shows and said, this guy knows how to break down a pitch. This guy is sharp. I want him on the show. And when I heard about the show, I said, nah, I don't think I'm going to do it because I realized that I'm going to spend $1 million to $5 million of my own money every season. I'm going, wait a minute, I'm supposed to get paid to be on TV. I'm not doing this. But then I realized, you know what, it's Mark Burnett, it's on ABC, it's a Sony program, I'm the brand guy, these are the biggest brands in the world. I'm already acquiring other companies, but all I get are clothing companies. Now, I can actually get other companies. So when I'm selling the Macy's and trying to take up real estate, I want to take up the electronic area, the furniture area, and clothing. That's why I decided to do the show. And Shark Tank has been so amazing in regards to empower people and see people come up to me with tears in their eyes and say to me that they want to be an entrepreneur, and now they know how to be an entrepreneur.
You should have gone shark fishing today.
Yeah.
It would have been appropriate, huh?
Maybe that's why they're not biting. They're
They're afraid of sharks. That's the deal. It was a tough day. Quite frankly, I think we got out a little too late. You know, these fish, especially this time of the year, they don't like sunlight. They don't like looking up into the sun. And so we're fishing all top water. And I think earlier when we first got there, it was really promising. The first cast, we got a fish. And then it kind of slowed down. But for me, any day you're on the water is a good day. It doesn't matter, you know, you catch fish, it's a bonus.
Is it better to be loved or feared? Definitely better to be loved.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
That was fun.
To a good day.
So, you know, we talked about your career, we talked about FUBU, we talked about Shark Tank, but I want to sort of talk about sort of, you give back a lot to the community and you give back to charitable organizations. You want to talk about that a little bit, sort of things you're doing?
Well, FUBU, for years, we've given back, whether it's putting computers in schools and refurbishing basketball courts for kids and, you know, women's batter shelters and things of that nature. But the programs I work with today are more about educating people. Primarily kids. I like to work with the NIFTY program, Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship.
Okay.
I also am part of a group of individuals named the Game Changers, and what we do is we meet with individuals and give them advice on their business, and the money goes to charity.
Okay.
I work with as many charities as I can.
Why do you think it's so important to give back? I mean, obviously you're successful and you're in a position to do it, but why? A lot of people don't who are successful, but why is it so important for you?
You know, I think that it's our responsibility, and I like to give back more to kids. It's all about really building and bringing other people up the ladder the same way that I was brought up the ladder myself.
Got it. It sounds like a lot of what you're doing is really personal time and personal commitment. It's not just writing a check. It's been like personal time with people.
Oh, absolutely. I think that you should be very hands-on with what you do for several reasons. First of all, if you are going to write a check, you want to know where the money's going, that it's affecting people. And second of all, you know, I'm not trying to buy conscious. I'm trying to help people and work with them. And in a selfish way, you know what? I get rewarded. I get educated as well. And I think it's just all about doing good.
You know, when it's all said and done and you retire, what do you want to be known for? I mean, you've done so many different things. You know, when someone writes your bio, what do you want to leave people with?
First of all, I want to be known as a great father, which that's a constant job, and I can always do better at that. I want people to say that, you know, I was fortunate enough to be given a chance to make it, and that I shared that knowledge with other people, and I helped change the world just a little bit, make it just a little bit of a better place. You know, the idea of a shark is not to be this ruthless individual. You know, the idea of a shark is that, yeah, I may fight with the other sharks, but it's also to give and to put something on and put somebody else on. Let them be pilot fish for us and help them, you know. And I always I just want to help as many people as I can.
Well, like a shark, you never stop moving, huh?
That's right. If you stop moving as a shark, you die.
Cool. Cheers.
Cheers to that.
Thanks. Wow, that looks great.
See, you can't do that with a golf ball.
You can't do that with a golf ball. That's just true.
Well, you can. It probably wouldn't taste as good.
Exactly. Although I've seen people turn this into a golf ball. That's not good either. That looks really good. See, we didn't go sea bass fishing, but here we go. We have it right here. All right. This is my favorite fish. Sea bass. There's nothing like it.
It is delicious.
Cheers. Yeah, fishing could have been better, but the company was fine.
The day was great, though. The water was beautiful.
I'm Tom Colicchio. Now I'm in the food business. My true passion is fishing.
I've been invited to go sport fishing with Tom.
What kind of fish are we going to catch in this New York harbor is what I'm wondering.
You're not going to believe why I'm here today.
I want to catch a big one. Put me in the ring with a good one, dude. I'm going to see if I can stuff it and mount it on our wall.
Chefs are nuts, and they are partiers.
Pharrell Williams here.
Hi, I'm Joy Bryant.
I'm Eric Ripper.
I'm Tom Colicchio.
I'm Dr. Frank Lipman, the host of On the Table.
The host of Across the Board.
Host of Artist Talk.
Host of Hooked Up.
Host of the show, Be Well Week, Be Well Weekend, on the Reserve channel.
It's only on Reserve.
Did you know that you can follow my show on social media sites like Facebook?
Follow us on Twitter.
If you're a fan of my show, hit the like button.
All of the above.
Share me with your friends.
Treat yourself. Check out a new episode of my show, Hooked Up.
And if you want to leave comments, feedbacks, ideas, whatever, love to hear from you. Leave a comment.
And if you don't want to miss the show, be sure to subscribe.
The one that's like down here, or is it here? Somewhere down here.
Thanks for watching the Reserve channel.
Only on YouTube. Throw caution to the wind and ask yourself what rules.